Hare Krishna. In this world, you ask anybody, what is one thing that you are looking for? They will say happiness. Everybody is looking for happiness. But if you ask a Vaishnava, what are you looking for? He'll say, I am looking for loving remembrance of Krishna with opportunity for service. Like Mother Sita, when she came to know that Lord Rama has to go to forest for 14 years, if she sought happiness and comfort, she would have stayed back in the palace. But she sought loving remembrance and service, she accompanied him to forest. You will see that. So, the last 2 days we were talking about some acronyms. Dasi formula, first day we spoke. Detachment from matter, attachment to Krishna, the mood of servant to the servant, taking shelter of internal potency. Then yesterday we discussed about the great formula, gratefulness or gratitude, respect with body, mind and words, expecting Lord's mercy to chant the holy name inoffensively, and accepting all the sufferings in our life as results of our own past misdeeds, and tolerating the reversals without making any complaining or without blaming anyone else. So we heard these things, but for us to be able to do these things, the target or the goal has to be very clear with no confusion. And also just like when an arrow carries a force, then only it can hit the target. Without that force, vigor, if the string is loose, the arrow is going to fall down. It's not going to go. So therefore the Shastras say, Krishna has two things he gives us, and we have to give two things to him, to reciprocate with him. Like Krishna is supremely attractive himself, and he is compassionate towards the jivas. Similarly, we should have greed for attaining him and make specific efforts to attain him. For example, Rasika Shekara Krishna Parama Karuna Yedu Yehetu Haite Premara Udgama. This verse says, Krishna is Rasika Shekhar. By dint of his qualities, is naturally supremely attractive. Like one of his qualities is that when he performs an action, at the end result is everybody becomes happy and everybody becomes benefited. Like for example, he danced on the hoods of Kaliya. Somebody may think, Vrajabasis were favored and Kaliya was harmed. But that is not true. After dancing on the hoods of Kaliya, he purified Kaliya. He removed all the cracks in the jaws and the head and everything by dint of his touch. He made Kaliya also happy. He became friendly with Kaliya. Therefore, he is called as Priyambada. Priyambada means a sweet talker. He could even speak with Kaliya in a sweet way. And Kaliya, when he left Vrindavan, Krishna assured him that my lotus footprints are on your head, so Garuda will treat you like a younger brother. So Kaliya returned very happily. In fact, Kaliya said, my dear Lord, in future, anytime you need me for your service, just make a phone call, I'll be back. He said, I will come and take you and all the covered boys on my back and take you for a joyride. So you can imagine somebody as inimical as Kaliya, Krishna made him happy. And he made Yamuna happy because the poison was removed. He made Vijavasis happy because there was no more danger. They were cows, calves, Yashodananda, everybody became very happy. So in this way, Krishna's activities are supremely auspicious for all living entities. So that is why the word Samam Bonam means sum total of all good. In Vallabhacharya's song, Adaram Madaram song, he says, Adaram Madaram Madaram, different things he says. Finally he says, Madhuradipater Akhilam Madhuram. He is sum total of all good. Just like a sugar doll, anywhere you pinch and put in your mouth, it will be sweet. Similarly, Krishna's all actions, even the cheating is so beautiful. Like he came as Vamaddev, in the name of cheating, by taking 3 steps, he only favored Bali. He made Bali the Sutalalok king. He made Bali the Indra in the next life. He became a Dwarapalaka of Bali. He made Bali's name enter into the list of Dwadasha Mahajanas. So what cheating did he do? His cheating is also a favor for the living entities. If his cheating can be so wonderful, how much more his embrace will be wonderful. How much more his love and affection will be wonderful. So, a devotee should repeatedly meditate on the sweet nature of Krishna and his sum total of being good, all good. So, then he becomes more and more attractive in the mind and heart of the devotee. Similarly, Krishna is merciful. Rashika Krishna Paramakaruna. He is extremely merciful. There is another verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita where he says, Bhakta Vatsala Kritagnya Samartha Vadanya, 4 qualities. He is telling about Krishna. So one should study these qualities and meditate pastimes connected to these qualities. How is Bhakta Vatsal? How is Samartha? How is Vadanya? Bhakta Vatsala Kritagnya. How is Kritagnya? So in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, for all the 64 qualities, Prabhupada has given many pastimes. So, when we read these pastimes and contemplate on this personality's nature, his characteristic, his dealings, so this is how, just like, for example, imagine if a boy is going to marry a girl, parents say that we fix a girl for you, next week is the marriage. What is the first question he will ask? Who is the girl? What is her name? What are her qualities? Is she divine or demoniac? He will want to know, isn't it? Is it not true? Huh? Nobody will go for it without knowing the person. Similarly, in the path of Bhakti Yoga, we cannot just say that you give up everything for him, you surrender to him. People ask, why to surrender unless I know him? So therefore, knowing the personality is very important. Therefore, Krishna says in the 15th chapter, towards the end, he says, Yo mameva asammudho janati purushottamam sa sarvaved bhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata sarva bhavena. Wholehearted consciousness. If I have to give for Krishna, then my understanding of him should be asammudho, without any bewilderment or confusion. Because confusion cannot lead to wholehearted surrender. It will be superficial, offering to Krishna, making Krishna center of life. These will remain phrases. They will not be felt or experienced unless one studies the character of Krishna very closely. That is the reason Prabhupada wrote this book, Nectar of Devotion. He said it's a law book of ISKCON, he said. So, Krishna is doing these 2 things. He is attractive and he is also merciful. In various ways. He comes as holy rivers, holy books, holy temples, holy Archa Vigraha. He is coming as holy Prasad, holy name, holy devotees. He is enveloping the Jiva from all directions mercifully. And similarly, the Jiva also has to do 2 things. What he has to do? He has to cultivate laulyam, greed for attaining Krishna. Like Mahaprabhu is saying, Shunyaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahename. So he has to develop that Govinda Viraha. Prabhupada said, if you don't have Govinda want, you will have a woman want. He said, we all have some wants. Somebody has a money want. Somebody has a prestige want. Somebody has a fame want. Somebody has a woman want. Or a foreign chance want. Everybody has some want. But if you have Govinda want, other wants will go away. This one want is like a Sarva Roga Nivarani. All other Roga wants will be kicked out. So, not only we should have the greed to want this, we also have to make specific endeavors. He says, Yatantascha Dradavrata. Kaya Vacha Manasa. One should engage in pravritti which is leading to Krishna. Krishnarte Akila Cheshta. And Kaya Vacha Manasa Nivritti from Maya. So, in this way, all devotees, just like Madhavendra, what endeavors he did to please Krishna. Prabhupada, what endeavors he did. If you see the life of Vaishnavas, they have made a lot of endeavors, and we are in the receiving end of all the fruits that they have struggled hard, and we are enjoying the fruits. So, in this way, the formula which we were talking yesterday, day for yesterday, and all these are all applicable only when that core identity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is understood. That is the reason why Prabhupada in all his books repeatedly talks about Krishna, because without strengthening our conviction in Krishna's lotus feet, all the other formula and everything else will be simply, it's like a paper mango. Paper mango you cannot taste. The real mango only you can taste. Therefore, these are not theory, these are not formula. This can be practiced from the bottom of the heart, the more one approaches the personality of Krishna. Many of the people writing commentaries to Bhagavad Gita, they put Krishna and Arjuna aside and they talk Shushka Vairagya, dry philosophy. Prabhupada heavily condemned such Bhagavad Gita commentaries, foolish commentaries. But in Prabhupada's commentary, you will find page after page after page, one will see, this is my supreme friend. Krishna is my master, Krishna is my friend, Krishna is my be-all and end-all. At the end of the Gita, you will see, I cannot live without him. He is everything for me. He is more than a mother, father, friend, relative, education, wealth, and anything that we can approach. That is why, in the beginning I was telling you, we don't want happiness in life. We want loving remembrance of Krishna. We want service to Krishna. That is actually the ultimate happiness. There is no happiness separate from Krishna. When this conviction comes, then devotee can chant the holy name feelingly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Harinam Prabhu ki. Let's offer our humble obeisances and all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, who are just like the trees, ocean of mercy, full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Mancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrindaki, Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki, Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki,